Hello everyone, my name is Danny from creatingawebstore.com, and in this tutorial I would like to cover Magento and choosing the right VPS or dedicated server for Magento. First off, I've actually tried Magento on quite a few regular shared hosting accounts, and I've also tried Magento on a VPS and on a dedicated server, and I can tell you that shared hosting is definitely not all that great when it comes to Magento. So since you're looking into a VPS or a dedicated server, you're definitely making the right choice. For example, I have Magento installed on this demo VPS that I got from GoDaddy just to show people how to install Magento and how to do certain things in Magento. And I can tell you that I'm really, really, really impressed with how fast everything is loading. Like when I tried Magento on shared hosting accounts, and I can tell you that I've tried a lot of them. And while Magento did run okay on shared hosting such as HostGator, it still didn't impress me very much, and it was still slower than a lot of other shopping carts. But now that I've tried Magento on this VPS, I am really, really impressed with it, and I actually like Magento. I'm actually starting to like Magento more and more because of how easy it is to customize the whole application and all the amazing things that you can do with it. So now I see why Magento is as popular as it is. And you can see here just by clicking on this item how fast the server is actually loading. So it's definitely impressive. As far as whether you should go with a VPS or dedicated server, this of course depends on the amount of traffic that you're getting, the amount of money that you're generating from your store, the amount of items that you have listed in your store, as well as the amount of money that you're going to spend on advertising. Because, for example, if you're going to go out and spend hundreds of dollars a month or thousands of dollars a month on advertising, it definitely is a wise thing to do to actually get a VPS or a dedicated server. In fact, if you're spending that much money on advertising, I would just go with a dedicated server because they're not very expensive. I mean, if you look into it, you'll be surprised how affordable these servers actually are. Now, as far as what type of server to choose, this is where I'm going to actually help you out here. And I actually have a lot of videos that I've created on how to install Magento and how to do things on certain servers. So you can sort of think of me as your own virtual guide to using Magento. And I also have used different types of VPSs and dedicated servers, so I have plenty of experience when it comes to those things. I'm actually going to give you a tour of certain server setups, and I'm going to tell you what the pros and cons of each one are, and then you can decide on your own which to go with. For example, here is the control panel of the Magento VPS that I'm using here, and this is what we call VHM cPanel. This is actually a lot easier than, for example, a Plesk panel, which is what I use for one of my sites, which is called 2pdf.org. For example, with Plesk, while you would be paying a little less per month, for example, cPanel runs about $9.99 per month, and Plesk runs about $4.99 a month. When comparing the two, Plesk is actually more of a panel for people that are familiar with web development. So, for example, if you're just starting out and if you don't want to spend a lot of time on studying these things and figuring out how to do these things, and if you don't want to use command line and all that other stuff, you definitely would want to go with a panel such as cPanel, because it's all point and click and everything is done right there through your admin panel. And with Magento, it actually requires you to do a lot. I mean, you have to install all type of extensions, and cPanel definitely makes it easy. I actually have quite a few videos on YouTube on cPanel, and you can see how it all works since my videos demonstrate how to set up DNS, how to add domain accounts, how to access email, how to create email accounts, and how to install SSL certificates, how to install extensions. I mean, I really have a lot of videos on YouTube that go over these things. So cPanel, if I were a beginner and if I were to choose a VPS that is easy to work with, I would definitely go with a VPS that has cPanel installed on it. And also, when choosing a server, you should really look at the Magento requirements. So you'd want to choose a VPS or dedicated server with Linux. For example, on this demo server, I have CentOS 6 installed, which is 64-bit. And also, your Apache should match these versions here. And PHP, try to stay between PHP 5.2 to 5.3 if you don't want to patch your Magento. If you're interested in patching your Magento, then you can run PHP 5.4 and above. For example, again, on my VPS here, I had PHP version 5.4 originally, and I downgraded to 5.3, and through cPanel it was actually very easy because of Easy Apache. I actually have a video on YouTube which shows the whole process. If you're a beginner and if this is the first time you're getting a VPS or a dedicated server, and if you're once you run up Easy Apache, you'll say to yourself, "Oh wow, I can't believe how easy it is to configure a server." Well, if you're going to use Plesk or any other type of panel, or if you're actually going to try to go without a panel, my goodness, you'd be amazed by how difficult it is to actually configure a server. So again, cPanel is definitely worth the price. So total cost of a server, for example, my server, my virtual server, which is through GoDaddy, I ended up getting economy, which is $29.99 a month, and that panel cost me another $9.99 a month. So I managed to do it all for $40 a month. And also I got an SSL certificate for free for a year, and but once you renew, you would have to pay for that certificate, which they're not very expensive. You can actually see it's not that much. I mean, really, it's not. So that's definitely a good buy right there. And as for dedicated servers, they're also pretty affordable. They start at like $99.99 a month, and I mean that's for your own server, so that's pretty impressive. And then an extra $10 on top of that for the control panel. But if you're gonna go with Parallels Plesk, you can get it for $5, but its initial setup will be a lot more difficult. As for why I'm mentioning GoDaddy, it's mainly because I've been using them for so many years and I'm most familiar with their service, and I feel like they offer the best value for the money. Of course, this is my own personal preference, and I actually have a lot of videos on YouTube, and most of those videos, for example, on the VPS here for Magento, I use GoDaddy VPS. So if you're looking for a step-by-step tutorial, having your server through GoDaddy will probably make things a lot easier. But then again, going with a VPS through HostGator or through my hosting, it would still be possible to follow my video tutorials and still have hosting with one of these companies. I actually had a VPS through HostGator, but I canceled because I didn't like the fact that I couldn't really do most of the tasks that I needed to do automatically, and that felt like a drawback. And since I'm doing demos here, it would be a hassle for me to have to cancel my VPS after a month for if I decide to stop using it for my tutorials. It would be more of a hassle going through HostGator because I would actually have to email them and ask them to cancel the account. With GoDaddy, I can just get the account for 1 month, and then at the end of that billing cycle, if I don't renew, it's automatically canceled. And this is what I like. It's more of everything is more automated with GoDaddy. Now, if you're wondering to yourself, oh, well, you know, I heard GoDaddy's pretty bad when it comes to hosting. Technically, they are. Actually, when it comes to shared hosting, they're pretty bad. I moved my site from GoDaddy to HostGator due to GoDaddy shared hosting being horrible. But when it comes to virtual private servers or dedicated servers, GoDaddy is actually very good. So it all depends on what type of products you're getting from GoDaddy. And also the fact that GoDaddy is huge when it comes to domain registrations. It's likely that your domain is registered through them. So having your domain there and being able to hook up your VPS right there also, it makes it a lot easier, you know. As far as my hosting, I currently use it for 2pdf.org, and I use my hosting because I needed an operating system that I couldn't get on GoDaddy. For example, I needed Ubuntu, and this wasn't possible on a VPS through GoDaddy, so that's why I went with my hosting. I tried another one, which was Fedora on GoDaddy, and the problem with Fedora is that you cannot add a control panel to Fedora operating system on GoDaddy. And the Windows I've actually never tried. So if you're looking to follow my tutorials, I use CentOS 6. So to sum it all up, you're going to want to go with Linux. CentOS is Linux, Fedora is Linux, and Ubuntu is Linux. Windows is not. You're also going to want a control panel if you're not looking to do things through command line. The type of control panel that you get depends on what you feel comfortable with. For example, if you feel like you can handle the Plesk panel, then go with Plesk. If you feel more comfortable with cPanel because of the easier interface, then go with cPanel. This is, of course, up to you. And the host, again, it depends. It's up to you. There are plenty of hosts out there, and there are more hosts than the ones that I mentioned in this video. These are just the hosts that I use. So go with what you feel most comfortable with, and go with what fits your budget best. Again, as far as VPS or dedicated server, this depends on your preference and your budget. But just remember that regardless of which you go with, there are extensions that need to be installed for Magento. And if you don't have too much experience when it comes to VPSs or dedicated servers, you will definitely want a control panel that's simple to use, and that is cPanel. It will help you install these extensions very quickly. Because just about all dedicated servers that you'll get will need you to install these extensions manually, since most web hosts give you bare bones systems. So that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching, and also be sure to visit creatingawebstore.com.